Very interesting. Let's bring in tonight's political panel. Fox News contributor Leslie Marshall and California GOP chairwoman Jessica Milan Patterson. It really is great because you listen to the president. Thank you both for coming on. You listen to the president, and he's going all out, just hammering, Leslie, this whole threat to democracy. I want to put this up. This is the latest Gallup poll, and it shows the economy. And if you look at this, it's 49%. It is by far the #1 issue. If you look at very important, another 36%, all told, 98% of Americans, Leslie, believe the economy is #1, and threat to democracy didn't even make the list. Why so much push for this? Why wouldn't he talk about something else?
Well, a couple of reasons. One, the economy is always #1. It doesn't matter if it's Joe Biden who's president.
But the economy is bad, and you would think that he would say, you know what, we're going to do something to fix the economy. To ignore it? Seems like it's a bit disingenuous.
I don't think it's disingenuous. I think it's a poor choice, though. I have said this before, that Democrats need to take a page out of the Republican playbook when it comes to uniting and uniting on one message. And we've had various messages. One of the things I said, I agreed with James Carville and others in my party who said you can't just have it be about abortion. It isn't just about abortion. It's not the #1 issue. However, democracy and threat to democracy is very, very high among Democratic voters. And it's also, it's right up there and even beats abortion in some districts in the country.
Well, you know, James Carville, by the way, also said it's the economy, stupid, and he's not focusing on that at all. I want to say, this is California Governor Gavin Newsom. This was on CBS News. Watch this.
It goes to my fundamental grievance with my damn party. We're getting crushed on narrative. We're going to have to do better in terms of getting on the offense and stop being on the damn defense.
Governor, a lot of people say, Jessica, you know what, he might be a candidate in 24, and he's saying, my party, on this narrative, we are getting destroyed.
Well, I think that would be the greatest gift to Republicans nationally if Gavin Newsom was their candidate. But he's absolutely right. They're getting destroyed on it. And the reason they can't talk about it is because of their failures, whether it's the last 2 years in Washington, D.C. or the last 10 years in California. They have failed the voters.
It's interesting because you look at what George Will said today. We know he's a conservative, but he hates Trump. But he said this about President Biden and Vice President Harris. He says for the good of the country, Biden and Harris should bow out of the 2024 election, going on to say, quote, it's frightening that Biden does not know or remember what he recently did regarding an immensely important policy. He must be presumed susceptible to future episodes of similar bewilderment. He should leave the public stage on January 20th, 2025. So should his vice president. Pretty tough words, Leslie.
They were tough words, but, you know, when you read the entire article, he does talk about the president's age. And I found it interesting. George Will is 81 years old, and it was a little bit pot, meet, kettle here, because it's sort of like if you don't think that the president, you know, who is in your age group can handle his job, then why should we be believing you? And sorry, I know, George, right? But sorry, why should we be believing you and doing, you know, your job? And, you know, look, that's his opinion. He is a libertarian, is a conservative. I'm not surprised that somebody who's not a Democrat, and even some people are Democrats, are going to say something like that. But I don't think George Will saying it is going to prevent Joe Biden and Kamala Harris from being on the ticket together.
No, but a lot of Democrats, Jessica, saying the same thing might prevent it. A lot of Democrats are saying, you know what, maybe we go a different direction in 24.
And George Will voted for President Biden. He's certainly not alone with this buyer's remorse. We just saw this last weekend on Saturday Night Live. They did a skit about it. They don't want Biden to run, but they don't want anyone on the bench to run either.
Yeah. Let's play this soundbite. This is from former President Trump at a rally tonight. Watch.
And now, in order to make our country successful and safe and glorious, I will very, very, very probably do it again, okay?
Yeah. Leslie, FoxNews.com says that, you know, his people are saying it's not a matter of if he announces, it's a matter of when he announces.
You know, you don't need a degree in rocket science from Harvard, and you don't need a crystal ball to know that Donald Trump was always going to run again. It's his personality. I mean, you know, some people would say he's a narcissist. Now, he's going to, he can't not do it, in my opinion. If nothing else, just for the crowds, just for the speeches, just for the show, just for the attention. I mean, it's in line with his personality, in my opinion, and I always felt he was going to run again.
Yeah? What do you think, Jessica? Does he run?
I think that anyone that thinks they can predict what President Trump is going to do, I've got a bridge to sell you in San Francisco. This is a person that only he knows what his next move is going to be, and we'll all be watching. And he can do the attention. He gets it now without running. He's out there helping candidates. He's out there having a great time, and he's clearly a person that turns out voters.
Yeah, and a lot of people have said, listen, he wants to be the kingmaker, not necessarily the king anymore. We shall find out. Jessica, Leslie, thank you both for coming on. We appreciate it.